Hey, what's up? I'm here right now at Bob's Restaurant, Lacson, and it's a beautiful place to bring your friends also. And I would like to say thank you so much for the admin of this for allowing me to shoot a video about leadership. And also one thing that I wanna say thank you to my supporter, because this is the first time that I'm gonna use this microphone, the Boya, and I'm too excited. And if you're watching right now, thank you so much for your generosity. And I know that the gift that you gave to me will become useful, and it brings inspiration also to a lot of people. And today, I would like to speak about the perspective of leadership, because you know what, this You Are Me channel is a place where you can find yourself, when you can understand your purpose in life. And for some, maybe you have been looking up for a place and even an avenue where you can discover yourself and become effective in everything that you do, but sometimes you are too limited because of the surroundings, because of your education, and maybe because of the limited resources that you have experienced in this life. And today, I would like also to encourage you to not to stop looking up and searching for answers, because you know what, as you keep on looking up and searching for answers, you're gonna find answers. You're gonna find the right person, the right coach, and also the right leader that would inspire you, that would develop your potential, because every one of us has a specific potential to make a difference in our city and even in our specific community. And this is all we need in this life, because one thing that I learned in this life is when I started to search for so long, how could I find someone that would believe in me, that would train me, because I know in my heart that I have the capacity to help people. And sometimes I was too limited. I didn't know what to do. I had no resources. I had no idea how to groom people, how to train people, how to inspire my generation. But because of never stop learning and never stop searching for more, then I began to realize that along the way of your life, many instances that people like you who are visionaries and also have gone through lots of challenges in life, the same thing that the same heart that you have right now, they're gonna connect your life. They're going to connect you and to sense and felt what inside your heart. So eventually, when you never stop giving up, you never stop learning in this life, you will realize how awesome it is and fruitful that what you have been searching for is now coming to reality. And you know what, this perspective of leadership, sometimes we don't understand how are we going to see and define someone, especially if we're going to become a coach someday or mentor someday, if you're going to train people someday. We need to understand the broader perspective of leadership, not just in one person but also in different mindset. We need to understand that. And philosophers, consultants, and educators agree that character is the heart of leadership. So it means that in this situation, in this perspective of leadership, you need to have that character in you. You need to become kind and have that attitude to say thank you so much and appreciate things in life. And when someone will just offer you something, you don't need to just ignore their help, but also really appreciate someone, especially if that someone has a sincere heart to serve you and even to help you. So when we talk about leadership development, the focus is often on people's skills, communication skills, vision, intelligence, and awareness when it comes to business or career or even your personal life, even boldness. Yet none of that will make a leader without the foundational leadership quality of good character. So meaning, if you want to become effective in this life or as a leader, there is no other way but to develop and have a quality kind of good character. So sometimes you don't understand what does it mean when we say good character. It means it cannot be earned overnight. So you need to open up your heart. You need to remain humble and to submit to someone. Especially if you want to learn something, you need to submit to someone. You should have that humility. You should have that attitude to become a learner. Because you know what? If you want to become an effective leader someday, just be a good follower first. Meaning, you should learn how to accept correction sometimes, and not just sometimes, but many times. Because you know what? To train your heart is not really kind of easy. So, meaning if your heart is not right, if you don't want to learn in this life, so your heart becomes harder. And sometimes it's too difficult for you to be corrected. And sometimes you reject advice because you don't want to accept any advice from other people. Because you have your own mindset, you have your own perspective in life, you have your own education, and sometimes you think that you know it all. But actually, you are not. So as long as you're still alive, even though you have already graduated from other schools or you have learned master's degree, it doesn't matter, because heart, you cannot train your heart in school. It must be put. Your heart must be put in an environment of humility and correction, and sometimes sufferings and sometimes struggles in life. And if you don't understand this, then someday you're going to struggle on how to lead people, on how to understand their perspective in life, and how to just become a listener to people. So the greatest threat of this life is when you don't understand the perspective of leadership. So there is a quotation that says, the illiterate of the 21st century will not be those who cannot read or write, but those who cannot learn, unlearn, and relearn. So if you want to become effective, there should be a learning process, and what you have experienced years back, it means that sometimes what you learned in this life becomes eventually obsolete, because you know what, knowledge is progressing. So if you don't want to open up your mind and heart for something new, then you will be left behind. And tendencies are you can hardly learn something. That's why it's so important for you to learn and relearn. So a leader's biggest struggle is not the routine of the familiar, but the journey of the unknown. So being a leader is very crucial in this time. And if you want to become effective, if you want to be developed, if you want to become stronger and stronger, if you want to become someday a person that other leaders are aggressively or positively attracted to many leaders also, then you must step out in your journey or step out in your life into the unknown. By what? By learning many things. So it's getting from where they are to where they want to be strategically, tactically, and developmentally, and most importantly, relationally. So relationship is all we need. So meaning, if you want to become effective as a leader, there should be a balance of relationship on how we relate to people, on how we we understand their side every day, and also on how to read what's in their minds and hearts. Because sometimes, bad attitude, sometimes you cannot point fingers to people. So sometimes there are lots of reasons and cause why that person or that leader is not really good when it comes to his or her leadership. So there should be a reason why a person is having that kind of attitude or produces that attitude in him that is not good. So, things to innovate you as a leader. Don't focus on restricting someone's development. Focus on unlocking their passion and their potential. So it is very important for you to don't focus on restricting someone's development. So as a leader, you should unlock, you should develop and open up opportunity for someone to unlock his or her potential and willing to train that person for good. For the reason, because you are a leader, meaning if you're a leader, you are a great motivator, you are a great inspirational person, you are behaving and doing the right thing every day of your life. And say, next is, don't seek to be affirmed by the tenured, seek to be challenged by those who offer something new. So most of us, people, we are hungry for affirmation. But you know what, if you are a leader and if you have that perspective and mindset as a leader, so don't just solicit affirmations from other people. Because if you are a leader, you are already secured about who you are. You understand your position, you understand your weaknesses, and sometimes if you are not careful on how we think about something, there should be a tendency for us to expect words of affirmations and even good things or good words from other people. But you know what, if you are a leader, you don't need those affirmations because you are secured, your heart is pure, and that's why people will call you as a leader, because you are established, you are founded, you are firm, you are rooted in the principles of life, and you have lots of inputs and wisdom in your heart. Next is, don't cater to the past. Focus on the future. So if you want to experience that mindset as a leader, then just stay on where you are right now. Meaning, what I'm doing right now, I'm still in progress, and I am new in this venture of life because this is what I want to do. This is my passion. Even before, when I was in high school and even in elementary, I wanted to help people. I want to talk. I want to help. I want to speak up to people. And along the years, or for years, I've been struggling for this thing to make it to happen. And now I am new in this venture of life because I want to learn more. I want to learn something new in my life. I want to help other people. I want to inspire people. I want to bring someone with me on the place where that someone can no longer experience what I experienced before. And because I love people, if that person will believe in me, then I will help that person, I will train that person, I will inspire that person, and also to become an inspiration to other people by way of training him and allowing him to understand the concept of leadership. So maybe right now, I am not very effective as I can be, but I will never give up. I will never stop dreaming for more. I will never stop learning. I will never stop giving away my life and my knowledge and my experience to people, because the more I give to people, the more I receive many things and even principles in life. And that's how I understand leadership. If you are a leader, then you are generous. You are a giver. to those who are aspiring also to become leaders someday. So maybe right now it seems like I am normal and nobody knows me. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I am so happy of what I am right now. I'm so happy of what I am doing right now. That's the way I perceive in this life. That's how I understand life. Life is good and life is progressing, and because I know that life is good, then I will not waste my time. I will not focus on the negative side of life. I will not focus on comparing myself to people or comparing myself to other leaders, but I should focus on the things for my life right now. I don't care. I don't cater about the past. I don't need to be sad in my past experiences, and also to blame other people because of the wrongdoings or the things that I experienced that was not good. But I'm too excited for my future because I can make it right again. So meaning, if I made mistakes yesterday and I learned and realized that I need to improve myself, I need to put boundaries in my life, and also I learned to train myself to become tough and to become brave in this life, to have the courage to continue on pursuing my dream and also my passion to help other people, then my life will become unstoppable. And you know what? No one dared to convince you to stop what you're doing, because you know your heart is really convinced, your heart is unstoppable, and your heart is has that energy, that intensity to help and to become a blessing to the people around. Or now in that specific company, then refuse to allow anything to stop you, but by putting up yourself a standard to continue on to pursue what you want in this life as a leader. So, and also here is the thing, I'm going to ask you to stop complaining about other people. Instead, become very intentional and very fluent in your understanding of them. So instead of complaining about this life, instead of blaming other generations because of what is going on right now around you, why not? Why not supplying and giving solution to this generation? And this is what I want in this life. If I see that there is something that needs to be corrected, and if my life is one of the blessings to this generation, I don't want to complain. I don't want to blame other people or point fingers to the government or whoever or whomsoever about leadership, because you know what? We people, we are the solutions in this generation. So we have the capacity, we have the ideas, we have leadership skills, we have that tendency to create some ideas to bring solution to our community and even to our city and even to our country. So many people are really grumbling and complaining about what is going on right now in our city. But you know what? Always remember that life is good and everything has been already been laid, and the earth is really abundance, and we need to appreciate that it's up to us. If we are going to complain, if we're going to just be blinded about the problems and the circumstance in front of us, but instead focus on the solution, focus on the great ideas that you need to contribute to your city and even to your community. So no more complaints, no more blaming other people, but instead be a solution. Be a leader in this generation. Be one of the game changers in this generation that would impact, that would make and create a huge ripple of influence in your city. Doesn't matter if you don't have any position in the government. Doesn't matter if you are not a leader in your school. Doesn't matter if you have no position, because leadership is not entitlement. Leadership is not a position, but leadership is influence. Nothing more, nothing less. So, by all means, mentor and develop people. But it's time to make a paradigm shift in traditional thinking, and for leaders to check their egos. So learning is not solely a top-down initiative, and what I want you to understand is that the next generation has just as much to offer you and just as much to teach you. So while you are teaching this generation, while you are mentoring the people around you, you have also that area where you can learn, where you can absorb and receive lots of things in this life by way of allowing yourself for new things to be able for you to be developed as a leader in this generation. So it is so important. It's very important for us to have that mindset, to have that perspective as a leader. So the best way to accomplish that is to align the creative energy of the younger generation and the experience of your more seasoned workers with your leadership values and vision. So it impacts culture, performance, brand, innovation, succession, and even the sustainability of your leadership. So as a leader, you must get this right. So every day you can make decisions to make it right again. We are not perfect. I am not perfect, and I am still learning in this life. I'm still searching about good leadership, about good governance, and also I am still enhancing and developing myself and harnessing the potential that I have, because you know what? I want to share, I want to contribute what I have for my generation. I don't want to waste my time. I don't want to close any opportunity and privilege, because I believe that I am not an accident, and you are not an accident too. You came and you were born for such a time like this. And you know what? If you understand that life is very crucial and life is precious, then you don't need to just be stuck around or be stuck in your circumstance, and also not to do anything. No, it's impossible for someone not to do anything if that someone could see the reality and the preciousness of life. Especially life is good and life is a blessing. So bottom line, if you don't have this kind of mindset, you will struggle as a leader. And as a leader, the best way to be developed, the best way to understand this is by way of learning and by way of listening. So not just that we keep on speaking and you keep on training people, because the way you communicate to people is so important, but also one thing to be developed as a leader in a progressive way of developing yourself is by way of watching and by way of listening from other people. So especially for me, my personality is not just to speak and speak and speak and to just give and give and give, but after I stop training and I stop speaking to people, that's the way also I need to open up my 2 ears and to listen and to watch and to listen and to watch and to cry with people, to celebrate with other people, to regard and to respect other people's opinions. So I don't need to interfere and also to just correct their mindsets. I don't need to force them. I don't need to convince them of what I am standing for or believing about myself. But because I know that if you are leading people, if you are helping people in the right perspective of leadership, and if you have that heart and mindset, if you have the right mindset and you have the right heart, people could recognize, they can understand that what you are doing is not for your own. You are doing it for the sake of other people. So it's so important for us right now. And I truly believe with all my heart that if you want to learn, if you want to become effective someday, I know that there is a specific time for you to learn right now. So you cannot earn it overnight. Leadership is a process. Leadership is a journey. Yeah, there is no such thing as born leader. Born an avenue, environment, a season to be developed. And it's impossible for us to become a leader if there is someone that would inspire us and to train us and to mentor us and to coach us in this life. Like for example, how can you become a good teacher if you are not just first a good student? So there is always two partnership to learn and to receive and to learn. Speaking and receiving and speaking. There should be a mutual relationship between the two individuals. Because you know what? That's life. There is always a partnership if you want to become an effective leader and if you're going to understand the perspective of leadership. And always remember that life is good. Always remember that life should be celebrated and not to be sad and not to blame and point fingers to other people. You know what? I am encouraging you not to stop searching and longing for someone to mentor you and to train you and to develop you as you desire and as what you want to be in this life. So always remember that without leadership, you cannot understand the perspective of being a leader. Always remember that there's only one life to live and one life to give. And in this life, if you are nothing, it's good. I guarantee you, it's a symbol of humility that if you are nothing, then there should be a tendency for you to become something later on. But you should believe first that you have the potential and the capacity to make a difference. And number two, you have also the capacity to find the right leader to teach you and to develop you and to inspire you to become what you want to be in this life. And then when you understand and when you grow in this life as a leader, then it's time for you to inspire your generation and to bring other people into the place where they can become effective and they can become an inspiration also to their specific generation. Thank you for watching this video and see you next time.